Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on, everybody? Hey, good to see you. 10:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in sunny South Florida, where it happens to be somewhere in the, I don't know, mid 80 degrees weather. I'm not even going to look. I'm going to guess because I've been out already. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. I hope you've had a good week. I know I was not here yesterday. Wow, can you believe it? I've actually missed it. I almost missed today too. Let me tell you what's going on. So my daughter's got she's doing a camp. It's kind of like, they call it an FBI camp, but it's really not FBI. It's kind of like criminology and criminal justice. And so kids that are interested in forensics and whatnot. So they do this camp at one of the local universities. The university is called Florida Atlantic University. And this place happens to be like, I don't know, 45, depending on traffic. I think without traffic, it's probably 35, 40 minutes from me. With traffic, it can be anywhere from 45 to like an hour. And it's unfortunate because it has to be first thing in the morning and, of course, during rush hour, and then first thing in the afternoon during rush hour, driving back. So it's been a really hectic week, but when you love your kids, you do whatever you do for them. You know what I mean? You do it all. And she said, I'm surprised you would take me this far for something. And I'm like, listen, it's for you. We do whatever you want for you because we love you. And that's what you got to tell your kids. Even if it's not true. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Hey, Brink, what's happening, man? Hope you're doing well. Just waking up, I bet. So I was supposed to stay down there today because they're doing something like a mock trial. And I think she gets to be one of the jury people. And, they're putting out a whole thing. So I'm supposed to go back and I'm going to go there. So I think I got to leave here about noon. And I got there this morning at around a little bit before 8 o'clock or so. We sat around until she had to go in. And then I thought about just staying down there because I'm like, man, I have to drive back home and then drive. It's like a long time. So then I thought maybe I'll just stay down here. And I went down, found a Starbucks, tried to make my way to it. And when I got there, I thought, let me use the restroom before I set up my laptop and open up my stuff because you don't want to set up your stuff at Starbucks and then go to the bathroom and leave your stuff there. You shouldn't do that. I know people that do that. I'm like, no, not me. So I went to look for the bathroom first because it says, I drank some little bit of liquid in the morning. Let me get it out. Bathroom was closed. It actually said closed. And I'm like, what the hell? What am I supposed to do if I drink coffee and I got to go to the bathroom? So I was like, oh, this is going to suck. And so I asked somebody about it, and they said, no, sorry, the men's is out of order. I'm like, so do we use the women's? Because there's men and women's. They're like, no. And I was like, and it was a girl, and I was like, wait, so your men's bathroom is out of service, but men can't use the women's one. Like, yeah, no. I was like, okay. What can I get you? Never mind, I'm leaving. So I went home. That is crazy. I couldn't believe that. FBI camp, that was 24/7 for me growing up. Nice. But I did science camp growing up because I are a nerd. Yes, you are. You're still a nerd. You big nerd, you. I can only say that because you can't get to me. Ha ha ha. Unlike the story that we're going to read in a moment. It's about some fan set somebody's car on fire. That is crazy. This is craziness happening in this world. It's just nuts. Hey, this Twitch drama continues. Can you believe that? I mean, there is still stuff going on. I'm still seeing videos about things. And the recent one, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but the recent thing I heard was, Harris Heller is a YouTuber and he still streams on Twitch. He's always been mainly YouTube, but he games on Twitch sometimes. Sometimes he just does chatting. He gives a lot of information in regards to stream setups and different stream devices like microphones, cameras, setups, overlays. He even has like kind of like, I think it's called Stream Beats. It's music that you can play in the background that's copyright free. So he has that's available for free actually. So he does a lot to do with streaming and he gives a lot of like helpful tips. Some people don't like him. Some people are like, his stuff sucks or whatever. I used to watch a lot of his stuff early on just to kind of get an idea of some things. So you know what? I got a lot of good valuable information from Harris. And then on the other side on YouTube, he does a lot of videos talking about like what's going on Twitch or what he thinks should happen, what he thinks is going on. And then obviously not just about this stuff, but about other stuff that's gone on throughout the years. He talks about YouTube also. So he does a lot of just kind of informational streams. So I noticed that Asmongold was actually reviewing this, and because I tend to watch a lot of Asmongold, so it's the first thing that pops up on my YouTube feature page always. And he was watching a video on a staff member from Twitch actually stopped by Harris Heller's live stream on Twitch and interrupted it to go on, you know, and I'll show you what it is, but I'm just gonna give you the gist of it. He basically interrupted it to say, I would like to talk to you one-on-one at some point, and that there are some things that you're saying that you're not wrong, but your assumptions are way off, which it went on and on because of the fact that it's like, how do you say you're not wrong and your assumptions are way off? I mean, basically, like he was saying, that means that you're wrong. And so, of course, Harris was like, it's okay. I don't, you know, he was trying to like navigate through that situation while he's live on stream, and he couldn't, like, the conversation wouldn't finish. So it totally hijacked his stream to the point that he just said he couldn't listen. By the way, you don't know this. You can't ban staff Twitch members. I didn't know that. Like, anybody that works for Twitch, you can't ban them. So if they come into you, you can't like say, oh no, I don't want to talk to you, you're not allowed on my stream. It doesn't happen. Because he's like, all right, this is going on way too long. He's feeling uncomfortable. He tried to ban the guy because he's a staff member of Twitch, and you couldn't ban him. So then he's like, all right, I feel really uncomfortable. He ended up like just ending his stream. He says, sorry guys, I love you guys, but I'm really uncomfortable. I can't focus now. I gotta go. And he left. And I was like, wow. I mean, to the point that Twitch actually pushed a streamer to turn off their stream. That's messed up, man. Like, listen, I say a lot of stuff here. I mean, I'm very like, I just say it how it is. I'm not a nasty person. I don't try to like, I don't talk bad about people. I don't try to throw people on the bus. At least I don't try to. I don't say anything rude to really offend anyone. That's not me. But one thing that I do, and you guys know this, is that I do speak my mind, and I say it how it is, or at least my opinion of things. And I always say that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because there's a lot of people that says, oh, there's certain things you can't talk about. Listen, you can talk about anything, and you can say whatever you want, as long as you think about how you're saying it before you say it. And I think that's what happens. I didn't hear about this. Sounds like an agro employee to me. It does. That's the first thing people were saying. We'll watch the video in a little bit so you can see. But yeah, so that's crazy. So if you know me, you know that I'm always very outspoken about certain things that I see and how I think about things. And I may make assumptions, and I'm not saying everything I say is 100% correct. It's my opinion. And we're allowed to have those. So like, for example, you know, we've talked about SCUM before. I love SCUM. SCUM's a great game, but SCUM has its flaws. And when people, and I've said this before, when other streamers have gone around praising the developers for every little thing they do, even when they don't do anything good, I see that as a problem. I'm like, listen, I understand encouragement. I understand hey guys, keep pushing, doing great. And I'm all for that. But at the same time, let's call them out for what they are. And I've always said that, for what they do wrong. When they do something wrong, say, hey, this might have not been good. You guys are great. You're doing well, but this one was the screw up. And that's okay to do. And I'm using that just as an example. We're not going to get into that now. And that's how kind of I go through everything. Like Diablo 4, you know, it came out, what we like about it, what we don't like about it. We haven't even gotten to that yet, but there are things that we can talk about there. And I will talk more openly about that, just not this morning. And there are so many other things that we've come across, whether it's gaming, whether it's life, whether it's stream platforms, whether it's just people, how people act and behave. And we'll talk about those things. And that's how we are here. But we're not doing it in a way that's totally trying to paint someone at a bad picture. It's just giving an example of things and talking about things truthfully instead of sugarcoating everything and being like, everything's great. Everyone's great. Guys, they're looking out for us. No, that's not the way we do it. Nord just rips on SCUM and Sarcism because he hates me. I have no hate in my body, brother. Dislike, maybe. No. But yeah, you know, Star Citizen is very easy to make fun of sometimes, especially when I can't play it, when I'm not good at it. And no, that does not mean that everything I say is when I'm not good at something. Okay, maybe it is. That doesn't matter. Anyhow, so that's one of the things that I've been going around, listening and hearing and seeing first thing in the morning. There's a couple other things that I do early in the morning. By the way, did you know that when you wake up, your first like hour of whatever you watched, listened to, or read gets absorbed into your mind a lot quicker and basically like kind of concentrated into your head better than any other part of the day. So this is why a lot of people do, like, you know, like people that are Christian or spiritual, they do devotions in the morning because of the fact that it sinks in easier. Your mind is more open, easy, like a sponge in the morning, first thing in the morning. This is like why other people meditate first thing in the morning. Some people actually do work first thing in the morning because they're like, their mind is fresh. Maybe they're learning something new, reading a book, learning a new skill. You know, it's crazy, but it is true. So lately I haven't been doing devotions or meditating in the morning like I used to, it's been a while now. But one of the things they say is don't go on Instagram. So I'm going to rephrase that. Don't go on Instagram to look at stupid shit. Right? That's how I'm going to rephrase it. Because I go on Instagram in the morning after I wake up, I grab my coffee and I sit down and I look at it, but I have specific things that I look at when I go on Instagram in the morning. First thing, this is what I do. There are like very motivational or spiritual, whether it's Christian or whether they're just guidance in life, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. There's also just motivational speeches and little captions and verses and things like that, or even stories that are inspiring. Those are the things that I look at in the morning first thing. And those get into my system and makes me feel good. So I start my morning off good with good reminders, with a good like mindset. I don't look at the tragedies. I don't look at the stupid, you know, like, look where I'm at, or hey, look how I look today. I don't look at dumb stuff or even funny stuff. But those kind of things are okay. And I realized that when I start my day off that way, it really sets me off on a positive note. And I'm not trying to be cheesy here. I'm just telling you, this is coffee talk. So I'm just gathering my thoughts here and telling you about it. Or I don't watch stupid reels that my Mr. Troll Brink here sends me in the morning. I look at those later in the day when I can't absorb them. I've been sending him some lately. Oh man, Star Citizen community still in uproar over Starfield. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. It's like they know that that's going to that's gonna interrupt their you know, their people, their process. They're afraid. Who knows what it's gonna do? But you never know. It might push Star Citizen to do better. Even though they do have a great flight simulator, I'm just saying it's really a great space flight simulator. But everything else needs to be tied together, including hydration in the actual suit and some kind of consumable of food. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting it out there again. Star Citizen people, if you're hearing, ask for that. Got some water today. I already had my I didn't have coffee this morning. I had a chai latte. I was feeling a little bit extra trendy. To break my IG scroll habit in the morning, I had to leave my phone on my desk and not next to my bed when I go to sleep. That's a good idea. Dude, you could do it, man. Come on. Hey, I just got here. What are we asking for? We're asking for lots of money in the form of sales. Go over and get your dill pickle shirt. And did I tell you? I haven't gotten a chance to tell you yet. I have 3 new t-shirts for 4th of July that I'm throwing up there on my Etsy page, Nordwulf Digital. I know right now there's not a lot there. I'm just starting out. I am being mentored by Brink. So if it's really bad and it's crappy, don't blame me, blame my mentor. We're asking for Nord to stop being salty. Oh man. So any failure in my store comes from Brink. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It comes from me not listening to Brink. That's what it is. Oh, what we're asking for a Star Citizen is we're asking for hydrate. I want you guys to make sure if you talk to the Star Citizen folks, the big people up there in the sky, in space, let them know we need hydration and consumables in the suit. so that if we get thirsty or hungry, we can eat them without getting out of our suit or without having to go to base or go back to our ship or anything like that. That's what I'm saying. What are you saying? I don't listen, but you don't listen to me. I sent you a message yesterday asking Mentor Man, is this offensive? And yeah, I didn't get anything back. So let me show you. I have no problem showing this here because I'm curious. So I made this design and I think it's offensive. And I want you guys to tell me what you think. All right, so here goes. I'm going to show you. I think it's offensive. And my wife's like, what do you mean you're making offensive stuff? I'm like, honey, just chill out, relax. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find it first. Okay, hold on. I think it's this one. Is this it? I think this is it. Okay. There it is. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Is this offensive? I'm just leaving it there for a second. Is this offensive? And I'm asking that because when I looked at it and I got into my overthinking self, you know how I overthink everything. I thought this might be offensive. If it were wet, maybe. What? So I sent this to Brink and I said, hey, is this offensive? Now, can you follow the trail of why I thought it was offensive? I mean, I don't know if I should go in there. I'm going to go with semi-offensive. Yes, I think it's got some kind of offensive. Thank you so much, man. What's going on, Guino? Look at that. Subscriptions. Love them. Thank you for buying me a cup of coffee. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. By the way, there is a site called Buy Me a Cup of Coffee that I can set up. So if people actually don't want to sub because they know that Twitch takes 50% of my sub, if not more, they take like 60% probably. Then you can actually buy me a coffee and then therefore it goes directly to me. I think I might set that up. We'll see. All right, so let's get back to this for a second. Is this offensive? And I actually looked at it and I thought, I think it may be. I think there is a little bit. I'm going to go with semi-offensive is what Brink says. Locos first says no. Then everything offends me. Someone nowadays, warning, by the way. Good warning. If anyone is offended, it will be a white college girl. Oh my gosh. So let me take this out. So the reason why I thought it was offensive was because it said American Dream. And then underneath is a dream catcher. And a dream catcher symbolizes Native American culture. And so I thought that if you kind of put those two together, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off or something. I just feel like it's going to be a little bit taken the wrong way, even though I don't mean it that. I think it's a good design. I don't know. Cultural appropriation is a huge trigger these days, and the more I think about it, it's pretty offensive since America was founded on the deaths of tons of Native Americans. So that's very touchy subject. That's what I thought. Exactly. Absolutely. 0 Native Americans will be offended. I don't know. I'm not offended, but I could see how many would be. I think some people would, or I think some people would have enough to trigger them to make it a problem. I stay away from that kind of stuff. Yeah. And you know what's funny is I love the actual image of, forget the American Dream part for a second. Maybe I can even drop that. But the point is, I'm not just going to put an image out there. Let me go back to downloads for a second. I mean, I love this. What's it called again? A dream catcher. I think it's beautiful. But the fact that, yeah, it doesn't go together. So I decided to drop that when I didn't do it. I did that's one of 4 that I made yesterday. And I'll be putting them up today in my shop. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yes, I kind of, after I finished it, I looked at it and I thought, yeah, it looks really good. And then I stared at it for a while. I stood back. My deep thinking kicked in and how I overthink things. And then I started putting 2 and 2 together. And I'm like, I know someone out there is going to make this worse than what it is, or make this into something that I did not mean it to be. And so I decided I'm not posting. So I didn't finish it. I left it there just because I wanted to show Brink and ask him and then show you guys. But truthfully, the last thing I want to do is put something that somebody's going to, freaking pick apart. I mean, it's like my shirt with a rainbow. If I wrote underneath, I know I just like rainbows. I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with that, but somebody will find that offensive. I think so. That's a joke, by the way. Hope they can take humor. I stay away from that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think I should. So anyways, I'm not going to put that one up, but it is something to think about. So let me show you this. I'm trying to get to my blah, 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 my Google News. Okay. I saw this and I was like, no way. Twitch streamer's car. Can I make this bigger? Pink, pink. Okay. No ads, please. Okay. Twitch streamer's car set on fire by viewer. What in the hell? What is this? So many Americans now share heritage with all sides. So personally, what's wrong with honoring different parts of the different cultures here? But that's my opinion, and I'm never running for office, so who cares? Yeah, and I kind of get that too. You know what's funny is that I checked my ancestral history, and I have a, I think it's in the 30%. I don't want to say Native American because of the fact that every time anybody says Native American, they think North America. But mine is South America, but it's still Native American because technically it's America. So I have like 30%, should I say Southern Native American? So, I mean, which I thought was interesting. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody. So I'm just kind of like, my thing is not to start drama. My thing is just to spread positive vibes and kind of like have a positive attitude on things. And that's kind of where I don't want anybody to like have issues. I like to keep things on. That doesn't mean I don't say things. That doesn't mean I don't talk about stuff. I have no problem with that. I back up everything I say, but at the same time, I'm not going to purposely put something out there to start a fire. You know what I mean? Start with family-friendly evergreen designs. Stick to holidays to get sales and reviews early on. Gotcha. Those are boring though. Just kidding. I have 3. I'll tell you about them later. I don't know if I should show them here or not, but it's something we'll talk about in a bit. By the way, I got to be out of here by noon. Just letting you guys know right now it's 10:39 a.m. Let's see. I'm so white it hurts. I'm 3rd generation American. Nice, bro. American. What does American even mean these days? Ow. You can hurt. See, that's what I get for being stupid. I agree, but with online sales, all it takes is one Karen freaking out to talk your store. It's yeah, thank your store. It's true, and that's the thing. If I'm trying to build like a label or a brand here, I don't want to put something out there that's going to be questionable. In fact, honestly, after I put because we did it because of a contest that somebody did not follow through, but we were doing a contest for that dill pickle. I'm a big dill kind of content t-shirt. And after I put that up, it was so not in my character. It's like it was more jokey than anything else. That honestly, after putting it up, I've been like, I don't know. That's just not a good representation of who I am. And so I'm honestly, as soon as it's not like it's selling or anything, so I'm not worried. It's not like anybody knows where to find it. But the point being is, I think I'm slowly going to be taking that off. Even if I didn't make any sales or I didn't win by sales, I won because I made the design. I won by default. Brink. What's up, Darth? What's going on? To me, people are people, and the idea of national pride being so important, it starts social conflict is dumb. Listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with having pride in your nation or having pride in the country that you're from. I mean, especially, I know how that's tied into even sports. Like people that watch the what's it called, the cup of life what's it called, damn it, you know, the soccer thing. I don't know, I'm not a sports guy, so I don't know, but you know how like they love whenever it's their country playing, they're like, whoa, you know, and they're out there, and I get that sense of pride, and especially, you know, want to be proud of the country you come from. You kind of like represent. It's like being proud of your family, you know what I mean? And it's like some people are like, oh, I'm not that proud of my family, but you know what I'm saying. It's like
Best memories are made in cotton. Always have been.
where the hell did that come from? It's a freaking ad somewhere. Yeah, it is. No, that's off. Where's that ad coming from? There it is. I hate these stupid ads that just pop up. All right, we're gonna get into the story in a second. But so I don't think there's anything wrong with showing, like, you know, love and pride for your country or nation, whatever it is you want to call it. I think that's okay. I think it's when you start, like, your way of having pride or being proud of your heritage or your country is by putting other countries down. I think that's when it becomes wrong. When you say your suck, mine is better, that's wrong. But there's nothing wrong with being proud of your nation, or your country, whatever you want to call it. Let me see. Like, I'm at the point where I have thousands of reviews and one Karen screaming would oh, sorry, I'm trying to get drowned out. But when you're starting out, it's easy to get tanked. Yeah, exactly. There's a Facebook community that I'm part of that has to do with the Etsy shops and so forth and getting started. And they're really, like, very supportive and stuff. And I've been a big top contributor there, just kind of like posting positive stuff and kind of what I'm getting from it and the way I'm thinking about things. And they've been really supportive. So hopefully that really has helped in keeping going. Aside from Brink being a good mentor, even though he thinks I don't listen to him, I actually do listen to him. I've been trying to scroll back and look at streams where he says stuff because I'm like, damn it, I didn't write this shit down. So by the way, any advice you want to give me, bro, if you put it on stream, it's going to get lost unless I stop and take a screenshot of it. So just send it to me on Discord, brother, because I really would appreciate it. It was hard trying to go back on a stream and trying to read what you had written the other day when we were talking about how to put up, like, the best way to do SVGs and the best way to put certain things up and what your process is. Because I'm taking all your stuff. You lost hard on that one, dude. That competition with the dill pickle. They didn't even have time to sleep. I know. The cup of life, jockstrap brand. No, it's like the World Cup, whatever it is, a soccer thing. We live in a world where people want to find something wrong to point away from the fact that they have something wrong with them in the picture, in the big picture. It's part of what's wrong with the world. I don't think it's just the world. I think we can get smaller than that, and just in smaller even gatherings in school, for example. You know, when you think about it, like, we all know this. Everybody knows this psychology wise. A bully only picks on people. Why? Because there's something wrong with them, because they have something going on in their life that somebody picks on them at home, or they feel insecure, or they feel less than because nobody's ever made them feel good. So they want everybody to be miserable too. And that's why they pick on other people. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the truth of the matter is, anybody that I always say this when I listen to some things, and like, I'll be honest, like, recently, someone sent my daughter they had a falling out, and someone sent one of my daughters a very long message pointing out all the things that are wrong pointing out things that were wrong with her, or assuming things that they thought were wrong with her and what she does. And I'm like, and that they had a problem with, or they didn't like, or they couldn't deal with, or whatever. I don't know the situation. I don't really care. It's all like teenage stupidity when it comes down to it. But the bottom line is this: as I heard this stuff and I was listening to what was being said, and I don't care who it was about, whether it's my daughter, whether it's your daughter, whether it's somebody I know's daughter, who doesn't matter. The point being is, after hearing this, I thought to myself, that sounds more like a them problem. And it's true, because a lot of times we tend to, like, not all of us do this, but there are some people that have issues of their own, and they can't deal with certain things, or certain things of other people, or they're looking for something that the other person is not. This happens all the time in regular life. And you find fault with other people when it's not really their fault. It's that you can't process or handle or deal with it, or it wasn't what you wanted it to be. And that's usually sometimes in friendships and relationships, I'm talking about now with me, that I've come across where when something goes wrong, it's not because the person did something wrong. Sometimes it's just because they didn't measure up to something that we set up in our own heads. And that's how it becomes a us problem, or when someone's the one complaining it, a them problem. And I'm very big on listening to that now. I like to, when somebody's complaining to me and arguing or like just being a complete asshole to me, I always listen. And then as I'm listening more and more and I'm listening carefully, I'm like, this is definitely a them problem, not a me. I'm not causing this. This is something else that's causing this. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take care of something real quick. So that's just my opinion on that. Nord watching underwear ads. I'm not one. What the hell? What's up, Super? Good to see you, man. Isn't pride one of the seven? One of the seven deadly sins? Is pride? No, I don't think it's pride. Pride is fine and natural as long as it doesn't cross over into discrimination against those that are not part of your side. It's difficult for people to keep that in mind, though. It is. It is true. Too many people go through life looking for occasions to be offended. I think so. That offends me. That comment offends me, bro. I need to carve out some time to send you some stuff. Bro, I appreciate it, but don't, you know, I know you're busy and you're doing this stuff, but as I told you, when you got some time, let me know, shoot me up on Discord, and we'll sit together and hash out some things. Gotta pack up for work, lurking for a few, no problem, man. On the flip side, I ran into kids that claimed they were bullied, but the truth is they were instigating little gremlins. Oh, they were instigating little gremlins who deserve the beatdown they got in my view. Now there's that case too. People that just look for problems. I had a conversation with someone recently, and we were talking about fighting, and they were a younger person, and they were saying about, they were asking me about certain like hits or whatever, and I said, you know, here's the thing about fighting though, don't be the one that starts the fight, be the one that finishes it. And so they're like, whoa, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you don't learn how to fight to start fights. You learn how to fight to defend yourself or to end a fight or defend someone else, like I said. But it's not to, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of times, like people that get into like Taekwondo and karate and all these other, you know, self-defense classes, and they learn all these crazy fighting skills, they take it as, I'm a badass, now I can go kick anybody's ass. And it really should be more taught as, this does not make you a badass. This makes you someone that can defend yourself or someone else if need be. And that's really the truth. And I know I sound like a freaking pansy, and I know some people are like, whatever, Nord, you're a wuss. Whatever, you think what you want. My point being is, it's great to know how to fight and to take care of yourself, but that's the key. It's not to learn how to kick someone's ass, it's how to defend your own ass. That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking to that. But yeah, these little instigators, yeah, sometimes there are people that need to get their ass kicked sometimes. I hate to say it, but it's true. I'm sorry if it comes out the wrong way, but the truth is there are some little freaking whiny little freaking kids that need to get a good ass kicking sometimes because they really think their shit don't stink and they think they can do whatever they want because they have these little entitled asses. And you know what? Life does not work that way. And if somebody doesn't kick their ass, hopefully something goes wrong in their life one day so they can realize it's time for some humble freaking pie. It's so terrible. I got to tell you, living here in South Florida, there is a large community on younger, I'm saying teens and like in their 20s that have never had a good ass kicking, have never have had everything given to them. So they've never struggled. And so they treat other people like shit. I hate that. That's the one thing I don't like about living in South Florida, because I'm not saying everyone's like that, thank goodness, because otherwise I don't think I'd ever leave my house. Although I don't leave my house much anyways. But there is that category, and I can't stand it, man. Man, eat some freaking humble pie. Sorry, I'm on a crazy coffee rant this morning. I say it with you, Darth. Moral of the story, people suck, stay home, play video games. You know, it's true. Super would agree with that. But my statement, people suck, stay away home. Oh, sorry. But my statement will offend extroverts, so I will get canceled. Nice. A good sense makes the point in the beginning. They think they can win until someone who fights dirty beats them. Exactly. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. All right, so let me look at the story real quick. I haven't looked at this yet, so I'm gonna look at it with you. Hopefully it's not terrible. I don't know who the streamer is, but the actual title grabbed me, so it could be clickbait. Who knows? So let me go ahead and go do. We'll do the chat. Okay. So it says Twitch streamer's car set on fire by a viewer. A Twitch content creator recounts a recent troubling incident about a viewer who showed up and decided to light her car on fire. Why does this always happen to the girls? I mean, I don't want it to happen to a guy either, but it shouldn't happen to anybody. Okay. Twitch streamer has shared the viewer recently set her car on fire. Being a content creator can carry more dangers that many people might expect, particularly once an audience grows. The larger the community, the higher the chance that that at least a few people won't have the best intentions or judgments. As an example, Twitch streamer XQC has had to move houses multiple times due to fans finding out where he lives and attempting to break in. Wow, that's pretty crazy. That is nuts. That, I gotta be honest though, that is a very big issue for anyone that becomes a big streamer. Like anyone that grows in their community, this is a huge issue because it is true. Listen, I want to say that for the most part, you're going to have good people following, because people that really just want to troll you or like really don't give a crap about you, they're not going to stick around. But for the most part, you know, you get a good audience as you grow, depending on the content you're putting out. Also, if you put out toxic content, you're going to get toxic people. But if you're trying to put out a good vibe and so forth, you more than likely will get better people around. But there's always that chance that you'll get that person that you'll piss off, and you never know what's going to happen. And that's scary. The more numbers you have. I'm not worried about that because I stay small. I like small. Small's good. This is more of an outlet. This is more of a share your ideas and have a good time and let's have some coffee and chill than it is about let's get big, let's get huge, let's build an empire on Twitter. No, it's not that. I have no desire. Where's that Mercedes? Oh, am I the only one who thinks she looks like a photographed Barbie doll in that pic? I know, I was thinking the same thing, and I'm wondering if that's a wig. I think that's a wig, by the way. That looks like a wig. I don't know who she is. I've never seen. Just Foxy? We'll have to look her up in a moment. I'm going to copy and paste that name. We'll look her up and see. All right, anyways, an example. We've read that. Okay. Oh, I hate all these freaking ads. A few content creators have also had to deal with people following them and generally making life uncomfortable or even scary. Stalkers have forced TikTok content creator Cal Metric, whatever his name is, to relocate, and Twitch streamer Amaranth also recently had ongoing issues with a stalker who flew all the way from Estonia and showed up numerous times at her home before being arrested. That takes some freaking craziness or balls to do something like that. I mean, that is just not normal. In a YouTube video, Twitch content creator has revealed the details about a harrowing, I thought it would be horrible, ordeal that she's been dealing with after a viewer came to her home, set her car on fire 2 weeks ago while she was on vacation. Thank goodness she wasn't home. Her mother called to inform her that her car was burning. Security cameras captured a man walk casually up to the vehicle, place a large metal pot on the hood, and then set whatever was in the pot alit before calmly walking away. Warning, the video does show the car in flames. Okay, we got to see this. Warning, you guys, if you don't want to see this, if it's too much for you, please, yeah, walk away now.
I don't know. How do you even start a video like this?
This is crazy.
Seriously. I guess I'll start off by saying that the person who did this to me is arrested and the police are handling everything, and that's honestly the most important thing. I'm sure you guys are probably going to be very concerned for me, so I just wanted to let you guys know that first before I get into everything else. My life has honestly been insane for the past year and a half. I
have no idea who this girl is or what kind of content she does. I can tell that she definitely does disguise herself for whatever reason, like we're wearing glasses that probably are not prescription, and also the fact that she is wearing a wig. So I mean, it's legit. I think she seriously has an issue with you know, people recognize her on the street or anything like that. But
other issues for a long time, like stalker type things.
But I gotta be honest. Okay, actually, I'm gonna hold my comments till afterwards too.
It's
Let's just
obviously
finish.
been very draining for me, as you can imagine, and a big reason that I haven't been streaming or posting nearly as much as I used to a few years back. This happened 2 weeks ago when I was on vacation. I was asleep. It was around 2 in the morning, and my mom called me and woke me up. She was crying, and I knew something really
It's more scary for her mom.
bad had happened. And she said, "Someone caught your car on fire. I'm so sorry. I have to go. The police are here." And she was in the house.
Sorry, I hate when these ads come up when I click on this. But let me see something for a second. Somewhere, someone is tired of putting up with her crap. Oh man, that is always in the back of my mind when seeing super pretty girls. It's that's, you gotta wonder, like, when a girl is like really pretty. I hate to say this, but if there are girls out there like this, not everyone, but sometimes when you find like a single girl that is pretty, that is not in a relationship, not taken, not dating or anything, and you gotta wonder why. It's the same thing with guys. Like I think some girl said this to me. This guy was really nice, or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's great. She goes, yeah, but red flags. I'm like, what is it? She goes, well, he's in his 30s. He's never been married, and he's been single a long time. But he's good looking and he has money. And I'm like, okay. So red flag to her was that there's got to be a reason why people have been staying away from him. And it's the same thing with the girl. It's like, successful, good looking, has not been dating, or has not been in a relationship, whatever. Automatically you think like, what's wrong with them? But I gotta be honest with you. Sometimes it's just because they were focusing on their priorities, and you don't have to be in a relationship all the time. You want to focus on you and build yourself up, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. I remember when I was, I think I was 18 at the time. I took 2 years off of dating. I'm like, I'm done dating for a while. I'm just going to focus on me. And I did that. So for 2 years, I didn't date, and I was okay. So it could technically have been anybody other than a person who watches this. Unless we see the police report, we do not know who was considering attention in his gold in her word. I see what you're saying. To me, she's not pretty. She looks way too fake and plastic in my eyes. Yeah, I mean, this is not her. In other words, this is the persona that she puts out.
Well, all this was happening.
All right, so what happened?
Obviously, I didn't know what to do. I was very far from home. The only thing I really could do was go look at the cameras.
All right, let me see.
That's the first.
Hold on.
I saw my car in flames. That's the first thing I saw. I just couldn't believe that I was watching my car.
Wow, that's crazy. What kind of car is that? Is that a Jaguar? That's a Jaguar. Did that thing not explode?
And for somebody to take that from me is very hurtful. And I will never be able to understand that.
Okay.
On my car, on the hood. And
so there's somebody. I could have been a neighbor.
Put a brick on my car, on the hood, and some pot. And he lit something sticking out of it and walked away casually, like he didn't do anything.
Well, that's weird, man. Although that is kind of creepy. I mean, to think that this guy walked up. Let me close this out.
Out of it and walked away.
Why do you put it on a brick? I don't understand that.
Anything.
That's crazy, though.
The next clip after that was the front end of my car engulfed in flames. The firefighters came very quickly, and I'm very thankful for that because the fire spread to the fence and burnt the side of my house as well.
Wow.
Which my mom and animals were inside of. We're all traumatized in ways that I would never be able to describe.
I'm sorry, but you know what? If that happened, I wouldn't be streaming anymore. I'd be like, I'm out. I mean, it's like firefighters responded quickly. I'm curious how they get arrested and how they know it's an actual person. But here it said a person that's on her stream. Luckily, firefighters responded quickly and were able to extinguish the fire, which had already spread to a fence and burnt side of the house with her mom and pets inside. Thanks to the video footage, the perpetrator has been arrested. Is this oh no, this is somebody else. And it's since been learned that the man traveled 700 miles to commit this crime. Makes it so much worse. So it can't be just a random if they travel 700 miles, it's got to be somebody that watches her stream. It's got to be, unless she's like was rude to somebody at customer service or something. For the past year and a half, she's been dealing with stalker type things, though it's unclear if the person who committed this particular crime is the same or has been stalking her. She says the stalking is one of the main reasons that she hasn't been streaming as often, and this incident has caused further trauma. She concludes by saying, while she would like to return to making content more regularly, it's difficult to find motivation when disturbing things are happening. It kind of sucks, and I know I just said I would stop streaming, and it kind of sucks because streaming is something that gives people joy in many different ways. It's not just about being on camera and being seen, but it's kind of an outlet that's some of us need. And it's not always about just fame and about being on camera. Hey, look at me. There is something about an outlet with this that it's kind of an escape that we use. It's kind of like playing video games. So it sucks that she's unable to do the stuff that she wants to do because of this. Now, again, I don't know what kind of content she puts out. She definitely doesn't look like a content creator that I would watch, because I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm guessing it's not just gameplay. Who knows? She's made someone extreme enemies with. Money can turn people toxic really fast. It is true. Now, I'm curious now. Let's see if we can find who this is. No. Okay, yeah. So she's yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, this is her Instagram. I'm just gonna put it up on the small screen here. I'm not. Listen, there's something about. I was scrolling through. I'm not gonna pick on anything, but you guys get the idea. Here's the thing. I have daughters, you guys know that. And one of the things I say to them, and before I say this, I'm gonna put a disclaimer before it, just because. Women should be able to wear whatever they want. No one should tell a woman how to wear, because what they wear should not define the kind of attention or whatever they get. I understand that, because people are going to say women should be able to wear whatever they want. Men should just be able to control themselves. I get it. I'm not going to go down that. But I got to say this. I always tell my daughters, you can wear whatever you want, but know the place that you're going to. And keep in mind that, unfortunately, sometimes certain items of clothing worn a certain way in a certain place will attract the wrong kind of person. And you just have to keep that in mind. Now, if you are a public figure and you're looking to be a content creator and you want to get your content out there, and or your talent or whatever it is that you know, whether it's gaming, whether it's creation, whether it's a talk show, whatever, then that's your focus. But unfortunately, if you are going to use your sexiness, your assets as your talent, and that's what you're promoting on your content, whether it's Instagram or whether it's Twitch or whatever other platform, and that's kind of your catch, getting people to come to you because of your showing yourself off, then you have to understand that that does come with issues. All right, because there are many successful women that are on stream, that are on social media, that are on TV, that don't dress scantily, or don't have to be in low cut shirts or in bikinis or other outfits or cosplaying, that are still successful in all these different areas. And so that's where you gotta keep that in mind. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to be that guy that says, I don't look at this stuff. These girls are wrong. They shouldn't be showing their body. I'm a guy. I get it. I see it. It's not like I don't see it. It's not like I don't go like, damn, she look good. But the point being is, really, this is going to draw all sorts of unwanted attention, all sorts of creepiness also. So you need to be prepared for that. And if you're getting too much of that and you really want to be streaming, you need to change it up. That's kind of what I'm saying. I'm not saying shame on her that she brought this on yourself. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you realize what happened now. Maybe it's time for a change. Most of the shaming does not come from men onto women, in my experience. I could be wrong, but most of the time I've watched women tear each other down. Oh my gosh, that is so the case. I agree with you 100% on that, because a lot of the times it is women that are trashing on each other. It is true, man. Women are freaking vicious. You don't see guys doing stuff like that. Guys will say stuff like, dude, you suck. I'm better than you. You can't game, bro. Bro, do you even lift? I get that. Bro, you need to lose weight. You need some diets. You need some protein drinks. But yeah. We're mean to each other for fun, exactly. But women could tear each other up, man. Okay. Let me catch up on some chat first, real quick. Your life observations. Yep. Low cut blouse with glitter on the skin. Why won't you look at my eyes? Exactly. I mean, I know people that aren't even friends, like at the gym or like at a local place, even at like just a freaking coffee shop. And I could still say something like that to a dude, and it would be okay. It wouldn't be like fighting words. You know what I mean? I'd be like, bro, can't get the door. Do you even lift? Or something. Or I'm like, let me help you out the door. It seems a little heavy for you. And it'd be like, and I'll just like chuckle afterwards and like, like give my head nod, and it'd be like, aha, very funny. And that's it. It's not like, asshole. Whatever, man. It's like, it's crazy. Every time a woman lights my car on fire, I'm just like, damn, I'm handsome. I'll tell you what, if a woman drove 700 miles just to light my car on fire, I'd be like, damn, she loves me. I think I need to get her number. Someone's willing to drive 700 miles just to burn my vehicle? Man, that's commitment. That's somebody I want to be in a long-term relationship with. All right, let me scroll back out of this this rat trap here of freaking images. Sorry. So she's a Fortnite and Counter-Strike player, by the way. I don't know. I'm sure she's a great person. I don't know anything about her, so I wouldn't say bad. But I'm just kind of like, that's kind of sucks though. Hope that doesn't happen to anybody else. All right, let me see. I wanted to go over this news here. Let me see if I can find it on here. We got, oh, there's nerfs coming. Diablo 4 nerfs dungeons used for power leveling. Ooh. Some dungeons are being taken. Adobe Illustrator gains new generative AI feature. Nice. So the same thing that's being done in Photoshop with generative AI is now being done in Illustrator. That sounds interesting. I'd like to see how that's going to work. Let me just scroll down, see if it's on here. I'm trying to find. I was hoping to find the issue with Harris Tweeter. I'm sorry. No, what's his name? Harris Heller. But I can't find it here. Let me see if it's on Discord. I mean on Twitter. Have you seen the new word to text game world generator? No, I have not. I've been kind of limiting my AI exposure because I'm going down too many rabbit holes. There is so much coming out that I'm just like, no, I need to simmer down. Encounter bunkers is a keypad. Oh, speaking of which, what is this? Let me just take a side step here to Scumville. It says here, one new thing that you will encounter in bunkers is a keypad lock. The right combination will open doors. How the hell do you get the combination will change? And one day NPCs will give you tips about the combinations too, but don't worry. The other way to get inside will be old trusty crowbar, of course. I wish they'd give us a way of hacking it. I didn't even know that was there. That must be something they're working on. Sorry, press the wrong button. Let me see if I can find Harris Heller. I don't want to look at Asmongold's take on it because it seems that that's what I do all the time. This might be it right here, actually.
I think you have a lot of good ideas, but you're...
Okay, here we go. So this was the part of his stream. I mentioned this earlier, so let me give you a little bit of wind up so you understand what's going on here. So Harris Heller, which is a YouTuber and also streams on Twitch from time to time, does a lot of talking about, setups and cameras and all these different gadgets and equipment that comes out for streamers, kind of like really reviews them. Also talks about content. He's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He recently had a kid. He actually plays music. He creates stream beats. That's kind of a lo-fi kind of music that you can play copyright free in the back of your streams. So he's a good guy. He contributes. So he also talks about like things that YouTube things that YouTube does. It's not a person, and things that Twitch does that sometimes affects streamers. And so I guess recently he was talking about the drama that's going on in this, and he was saying his take and his opinions on things. And a staff member from Twitch actually came into his talk and actually into his chat room while he was speaking and saying that he could love to talk to him sometime one-on-one, and then continued to have this conversation on there. So I want you to watch this because it got so cringy to the point that Harris just says, I gotta go. I can't stay here anymore. So watch this.
I love you, but I would also love to talk to you one-on-one one time. The but is that I think you have a lot of good ideas, but you're missing so much. No is saying you're wrong about anything. Maybe, is that no one? Is that a typo? No one's saying you're wrong about anything. You just have so many assumptions that are way off. No one's saying you're wrong about anything. You just have so many assumptions that are wrong.
Yeah, that's kind of saying you're wrong. Yes, in Illustrator. Can you believe it? It's supposed to be modified by users. Oh, this is all AI. I'll have to check that out. Thanks, Darth. Hacking is one of the grayed out skills. Oh, good. It's coming. Like Nordwulf is ever going to play SCUM again. I will. You should say like Nord is ever going to play a game again because it doesn't seem like I have. It's been a bad week. All right, let's finish this.
I don't understand those two sentences going side by side. I mean, I love you guys over at Twitch. No hate over here, but we're all frustrated. And honestly, coming into a stream and saying, sorry, man, you're wrong, doesn't fix anything.
That's kind of messed up for a if you're a Twitch streamer, that's like right now, I mean, they're never going to find me, but that's like me right now having this conversation about Twitch and be like, really appreciate if you don't, and then just stopping in. By the way, do you remember the days when we used to play like World of Warcraft? It happened in EverQuest. It didn't really happen in World of Warcraft, but in EverQuest, way back in the day, if you guys can remember that far, if you were even alive, there used to be GMs, guild masters, whatever. And they would pop, you would be playing, and maybe if you were doing something that they weren't happy about or whatever, they would just pop up and just start, or they would just come in and just start interrupting your game and talk to you and ask you questions and whatnot. And you're like, dude, I'm trying to play here. Go away. And it's kind of the same thing. So you're here streaming and all of a sudden, freaking staff member comes in and just like decides like, hey, I know you're streaming, but I want to talk to you about what you're talking about. It's like, bro, really? Send me it would have been better if they would have sent him a direct message, right? Or an email or something, but not during his live stream. I think that's messed up. That's almost like that's like anybody else coming into your stream and just being like, hi, I'm new here, but I just want to talk about this new product that I'm working on, or I want to talk to you about my day. Like, nobody, no, you can't.
I'm happy to be told I'm wrong.
Brink.
And I'm not upset about it, but I know a lot of people making assumptions are making wrong guesses. Talk to people, be open about stuff, and fix stuff. Again, not saying you're wrong. Not saying you're wrong, but then a minute and a half ago you said you just have so many assumptions that are way off. How do you say I'm way off, but then you say I'm not saying you're wrong? That's what that said. And I'm happy to be wrong, but if you think I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong. Don't
Correct.
tell me I'm wrong and then say I'm not saying you're wrong.
Correct. Damage control done wrong.
I don't understand why we're having this conversation.
See?
If Twitch
Wow.
is trying to fix its appearance with streamers, like, you can't come into a streamer's chat, hijack their entire stream, tell them, you didn't say the word wrong, but you said you're way off, which is synonymous with you're wrong. And then
It's
argue
true.
with me when I said I'm fine with being wrong, said nobody told you you're wrong. You literally told me I was wrong. Stop telling me you didn't say. I have a chat.
I think he's
history.
frustrated. That's
We
why he
saw
keeps
that
talking
you
about
said
it.
that. And again, it's fine. Like, I'm trying to drop the conversation. It's just weird that now you're like hijacking my chat and making this weird. Like, I want to end my stream right now because I feel so uncomfortable.
That is bad, man. That is bad. That's like, man, I mean, you literally want to just end the stream because the people from the platform that run the platform are making you uncomfortable. That's terrible.
Being gaslit by a Twitch chat, by Twitch staff on my live stream. Like, what is happening here?
This guy is usually cool, calm, and collected. And this is the first time I've seen him this flustered or just frustrated on stream.
I just banned him. Wait, can I not ban you? I hit the ban button and then you chatted again anyway. You cannot ban staff. Oh my.
You can't ban Twitch staff. So that's, oh man.
Gosh. You tried to ban me? Of course I tried to ban you. Anybody would get banned for doing what you're doing right now. This is so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I love you guys. I can't focus right now. I gotta go.
That's crazy. And that's how that ended, man. And so I thought that I just can't believe that. I cannot believe that that somebody would go into a staff member would go into somebody's live chat and do that. This is what happens on the day a Twitch staff member gets their layoff notice. Hopefully Twitch fired the person the next day, but doubtful. I don't think they did. They didn't do anything. They did reach out to him and apologize. So I did find this video. This is his recent video. He just made this. I think that happened yesterday, by the way. So check this out.
Hey guys, Harris here. If you think this video is going to be about the weird thing that happened on stream with Twitch staff yesterday, sorry to disappoint. It was weird. It happened. Twitter blew it up. And then I've had a couple members of Twitch staff reach out to me and see if everything
8.7 million views. Holy crap.
was okay, which it is, by the way. Everything's fine. It wasn't a big deal. But it does lead to a point that I'd like to make later in this video. So we will.
By the way, I've got one last thing I'm going to talk about after this that has really annoyed me, and it has to do with some YouTube videos, and it has to do with some stuff that is being put out there. It's with the stuff that I've been watching lately, because it's so freaking deceiving.
We'll get to it there. In the meantime, the gist of it is that a Twitch staff came into my stream and told me a lot of my assumptions were wrong, which is fair. I'm wrong about a lot of things. I'm okay with that. Being wrong is where you have the opportunity to learn. So this video is an open letter to Twitch and to viewers. Let's just put it all out on the table. I'd like to share the 5 things that I think are Twitch's
biggest problems. What's up, Solar? Good to see you, man. Just got my coffee. Let's chat. All right, well, we've got only a few more minutes left because I've got to be out of here by noon. But and I know you don't like Harris, but you're gonna have to watch this over when I set the mod. I'm sorry, when I set the VOD up. Twitch has entered the chat. I know. I really hope they got fired. Shocked face, people deceive, clickbait, and lie. What exactly? I don't mind this guy. Okay, cool. I don't. For some reason, I didn't think you liked him.
Problems right now, what I think the fixes are, and just so this is useful for creators, what I think creators should do until they get fixed, or in case they never get fixed. What can you do about it? So let's have
see.
that conversation, and then it'll be an open dialogue in the comments. Let's talk.
You know what's funny is that I think he would have done this live. The fact that they jumped into his chat was kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to do this live.
You live stream and you want to post clips and highlights on YouTube and TikTok, but it's too time consuming and difficult. Well, the sponsor of today's video, not
I don't care about sponsors. I don't care about sponsors. I don't care about sponsors.
Knockdown wanted to edit for you. You let them know what harder kind of things that really everybody should be using because it's free. And as for the $25, Sizzle is going to PayPal 2 of you that sign up for a free account. It's free money, so go back to the video. So let's dive right into number 1, an easy and obvious one with an obvious.
Who's leaving work? Guido? All right, Guido. Have a good day at work, man. Enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for the sub, man.
Fix, and that is the 50-50 sub split. I want to make my thoughts on this very clear because Twitch taking 50% of user gifted revenue is not just about an extra 20%. It is the lowest split across all the social media platforms, and it is a problem. But to me, the biggest thing that this does is it is a beacon. It is a beacon to all creators saying, hey, here at Twitch, we don't know how to manage our money, so instead we need to take yours. We are okay, this is a long beacon, by the way. We are okay making it more difficult to succeed on this platform. It draws a chasm between the creator and the platform.
I think we've talked about this enough, so I'm going to skip to the next one because of the fact that I think we all agree that a 50-50 split is really tough. I mean, because of the fact that, I mean, I understand taking a finder's fee and stuff like that. Like if they took 20%, even if they took 15, that'd be great. But if they took like 20%, that'd be fine. I think this brings us to the same issue that happened with Redbubble, and the reason why I even cringed about putting anything. Listen, I started doing t-shirts and stickers. I was really excited to do it. And then all of a sudden, when I realized that they decided to change on Redbubble their tier structure, and it was going to be every time I sold, and I'm just going to use an example. Whenever I sold anything that was $2, they were taking $1. And I was like, wow. And then I noticed that went pretty high until I started selling, you know, probably $50 to $100. That's where it started to go down. But it was anywhere between, like, honestly, 40% to 50% that they were taking. And I'm like, that really sucks. And that we're only doing that on people that were selling lower. Anybody who was selling a lot was paying like 11%. That's what was odd. So anyways, so when you think about Twitch and you think about the fact that we're out here, we're talking, you know, like you guys know I talk a mile a minute. So I'm like doing all this talking, blah, 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 whatever. Or playing a game or laughing or making jokes or looking at videos, whatever we do, we're doing it. Yes, they are offering us a platform that we can do it on, but the fact that we're doing it here and bringing eyeballs, and they're already getting ad revenue from the eyeballs, I mean, I would think, dude, man, the people are giving me a sub, not giving you a sub. They're giving me the sub because of what we're putting on, because they want to support us. And to take 50% of that is like, what the hell, bro? That's like, seriously? So that's kind of messed up. Any more than 70-30 is bad. Yeah, I agree. All right. So anyway, so I think we understand that. And unless they change that, that's always going to be a big sore spot. That's why I always say when people give me a sub, I'm like, thanks for buying me a cup of coffee, because that's what it is. Now, if there was a full sub, like the $5 thing, I'd be like, thanks for buying me lunch, because that's what it is. And I think that's awesome. But I think any little bit is great. But at the same time, it's like, why, Twitch, why the hell are you taking 50% of my shit? You're 20%. I'll give you a quarter. All right. What's this next part? Entire monetization strategy.
Move on to number 2. Twitch's general monetization strategy is a giant problem. As of right now, the only real ways Twitch makes money, at least the main ways, are taking a massive cut of fan funding money like subs and bits and bombarding your streams with ads. Both are terrible experiences for creators. Like, I understand that hosting live streams is expensive and Twitch is not profitable right now and they're probably getting a lot of pressure from Amazon, but taking 50% of streamers' revenue because you can't get creative with other ways to monetize is...
Do you know that they could make more money by taking less because more people would be interested in actually streaming? More people, if people made more money off of streaming, there would be more people streaming. But the fact that they can't, and there's less incentive to actually do it, there's not a lot going on. And here's the truth. I think there are viewers that watch and they're like, I want to support this person, but I don't want to give, I know that it's not all going to go to them. So I need to find a different way of doing it or not doing it at all. And I think that's the truth. And it's not because they're against Twitch, but it's just like, I think viewers, or some viewers that are, have a little bit of common sense, they're like realizing that when I sub to the person, they're really not getting all of that. And it kind of sucks. And so that's where people that stream have other venues, like they'll have Patreon, they'll have buymeacupofcoffee.com, whatever it is. They'll have all these other things that are ways that will go straight to, or even merch, or things that will go straight to the actual streamer than just them getting a fraction of it. But let me say the other thing, because this is what he's talking about too. Ads suck. The way that they do ads here do suck because of the fact that you will be in the middle of a conversation, like right now, probably somebody's getting an ad, and then an ad will pop up, will take over the screen, and then the stream will be muted. And so you don't know what the hell's going on. You can't watch unless you're subbed. And even then, sometimes you'll still get videos. You'll get ads. Or unless you're doing Twitch Turbo, which is like $9.99 a month. So those kind of things really do interrupt a stream and really take it away from yeah, there you go. Got it. No, I know you're joking. But really take away from the content itself because you're missing out on it. So this is where I've always said, I like the ads that will shrink the stream and will, like, make it a little bit smaller, like raise it up like this. And then underneath it will pop up a little ad that could be animated. It could have some messages going, but it has no sound. That, and maybe have the option of unmuting it if maybe nothing is going on in the stream that you don't mind missing out on. And you want to hear this little ad that's underneath, this banner ad. That would be better. And guess what? If you're interested in what popped up in the ad and you want it, then click on it. And then you go away from the stream for a little bit. But them hijacking it just for an ad, to play an ad, I think is wrong. If they reshape the screen, they could put a good ad bar on the screen. I can't say what, you know what I'm saying. And not destroy a stream. Exactly. It's exactly what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I can't read. Stream, screen. Never mind.
Not the solution. For example, Julian, the CEO of Elgato, who's one of my favorite people in the world, I got to meet him in Germany a couple months ago, tweeted out a super interesting statement about how he would like to...
I'm just going to roll back the 50/50 to 730. Invest into new monetization options for streamers. Things like affiliate revenue for Amazon purchase seems completely okay, hold on. Try to bring back people that know how to love the community. Maybe guys like, they have to bring back Twitch people. Yeah.
Be CEO of Twitch for a year to see what he could do. And of his 3 main points that he said he'd like to do, the second one I thought was really interesting. He said that he would like to invest into new monetization options for streamers and subsequently Twitch as well. And he specifically mentioned Amazon affiliate revenue that they're just leaving on the table. Do you guys remember the Amazon Blacksmith plugin that you could put in the panels of your Twitch?
Oh my God. If you guys don't remember this was good. And I was looking for this the other day and I can't find it. I don't think it's around anymore. I definitely don't think it's around anymore. I used to love this and I was going to use it because you could put, like, I always talked about the products that I used and I was really happy about a lot of products like Elgato or whatever it is that I was using at the time. And I wanted to showcase those items by, hey, if you like what I'm using and you're interested in using them too, here's a link to them. And then you would, if they bought them, you would get something from that, or they would get something from that, whatever it was. But the point being is like it was a good way of adding some kind of ads that were like related to the actual stream itself. But I don't know what happened.
Where you could put all of your gear that you used on stream so people could scroll down and look through what you use and then click a buy button right there. It wasn't perfect because like it's such a small minority of people go and check out panels nowadays. But that could have been implemented so much better directly over a stream. Make an overlay plugin for Twitch that maybe in the top right corner it says check out my gear or my gear.
Yeah, you know what's funny? And nobody does this. Nobody scrolls down on the stream anymore because if you're watching the stream, you're not going to scroll down to the panels because then you'll miss out on the stream. They should make it so that the stream becomes smaller and off to the side so you can see the panels, and then like you can scroll down and just like an ad, and it just goes down and you can see read the person's bio or whatever. But nobody does it anymore. And it's like, honestly, I don't even know what I have on my panels anymore. I need to probably update them. But yeah, I like to see specs and stuff, and I totally do it myself. But when I do that, I don't see the stream anymore. So I wish it was like if you scroll down, and they do this on a lot of news sites. If you scroll down in the story, or at least in this case, to see the specs or the panels or whatever, the stream video should actually become small and come off to the corner. So no matter how far down you go, you're always seeing the stream on the lower corner. Kind of like when you go somewhere on Twitch and you decide to go back to the search, that stream that you were just watching is down in the lower corner, lower left-hand corner, if I'm not mistaken. And that's something that they should do because it would allow people to see those panels and maybe interact with those panels more instead of just not going because they don't want to miss something on the stream. I don't know. It's just my thought.
And when you click on it, it could either have a drop-down menu with all the gear that you use, or as Julian mentions, you could have some kind of AI machine learning recognize the gear that's on your stream. And you could add, for example, like a little pop-up next to the microphone. And when you click on it or tap on it on your phone, it opens up exactly what that microphone is. You can check it out and buy it, and the streamer makes affiliate revenue. That is such a cool idea.
It is.
I also think Twitch should do a much better job of utilizing clips. Clips exist on Twitch, but they've never implemented a good way to watch them. They're just kind of sitting there taking up space.
It's
If
true.
you were to give us a Twitch clips browser that when we didn't have anyone live we wanted to watch, we could browse through and not only find new streamers, but also be served ads on on-demand content, which is a much better experience than ads on live content. That would be an amazing opportunity for monetization. YouTube and
Correct.
TikTok are killing it specifically in that game. You've got them built into your platform. Let us take a look at them. Oh,
It is so true. Like clips, I think for me, I love my clips because it captures little moments throughout the, and somewhere it's like, sometimes I stream like 5 hours. So in 5 hours, sometimes people don't want to watch an entire 5-hour stream because, there's a lot of like downtime and stuff like that. I get it. But sometimes they want to know the highlights of what happened. And that's what these clips sometimes are. If you can grab a couple of clips and throw them in there and people just want to watch that 1 minute or however long it can be, that's great. But nobody really sees clips because they're not readily available. You actually have to click on a couple of things to get to them. And I really wish that they would make it so that, like, for example, why isn't it when somebody goes to your channel, if you're not live, why aren't they clips showing automatically? They should be. On that featured section, the featured video, they should be all the clips. They should just be running. That way somebody can say like, hey, I know he's not on, but I want to watch his clips. And then just run the clips. I think it's be so much better.
which, by the way, I got ahead of myself because number 3 was actually browsable clips.
Yeah.
Browsable clips, as I mentioned,
I
would
agree.
not only allow streamers to get discovered way more, which is a massive problem on Twitch, but also would be an extra way for Twitch to monetize. My suggestion recently that I've actually had small conversations with Twitch staff about, and then the conversation goes silent, is that we created a vertical plug.
Well, extensions on the stream, like overlay extensions, are fine because the extensions only work when you hover over them. Otherwise, they're just a little icon off to the side, and that's fine. I don't mind that. I don't care about this, so I'm going to move forward. This has to do with their ability to actually make. You can make freaking. This costs money though. It says it's a free download, and it's actually free. I have it, but it's a little bit of pain in the butt to use. You can actually make vertical content that you can send to YouTube Shorts, Instagram, or even TikTok. It's pretty cool. But anyways, getting ahead of myself here. Let's move on to the last, to his, I think not last, but the next one. Come on.
you should be utilizing it. Number 4, the new multi-streaming rule is weird. If you're not caught up, Twitch changed their rules a couple months ago.
This is the one that I don't
If you're a Twitch
like.
affiliate or partner, you can now also stream on other platforms, just not at the same time, unless it's a totally different style of content like TikTok or Instagram. But you can't stream on Twitch and YouTube and Kick at the same time.
See, I think that's screwed up. I think you should, regardless of affiliate, partner, whatever, you should be able to stream everywhere. You should be. But the thing is, if it's available on YouTube, Twitch is upset because maybe the followers or whatever, the viewers, will end up just watching it on YouTube instead of on Twitch. Well, here's the thing. Do something to make viewers want to stay on Twitch. Like, there's got to be something. Or same thing on YouTube. Do something on YouTube to make people want to watch it on YouTube. But I think that people should be able to freaking do it wherever they want.
They just changed the rules very sneakily during the whole ad debacle that happened last week. They also quietly changed a rule that said not only can you not stream if you're an affiliate or a partner, but you can't multi-stream if you stream on Twitch at all. Now it's complete.
That's what's messed up. So here's your first thought on this. Okay, you should be able to stream anywhere you want unless you're under contract, not just partner affiliate agreement. Correct. And I believe that. I think that they shouldn't, unless you sign a contract and says I'm exclusively only streaming here, that's different. But the fact that they're saying that now, regardless of whether you have a contract, whether you're an affiliate, whether you're a partner, whatever, you cannot stream on multiple places at the same time. My second thought is, if you're going to block some multi-streaming, block it all. Don't allow IG, TikTok either. So their way of saying that is because of the fact that it's not the same aspect ratio or whatever. So that's considered a different type of streaming, which is kind of stupid when you think about it. I agree. It's like, first of all, it's not as easy. I don't know about Instagram. And I don't know, I guess you couldn't do it on short, but like Instagram. Yeah. So let's talk about Instagram. I don't know how to do it on Instagram, but I know that on TikTok, you have to have at least 1,000 viewers before you can even go live on there. Now, they don't mention Facebook. Oh, here it does. Yes, such as YouTube and Facebook. So you can't do it on Facebook either. That's crazy. See, I think that's really messed up. I don't like this rule.
Completely against TOS. And look, this is the kind of assumption I'm talking about here. And look, Twitch staff, if you're watching this and you think I'm wrong, please comment down below. But to me, this looks like the moves of a desperate company. The same way that when a relationship gets rocky, one person starts to get really controlling and I'm afraid of you finding something better, so you're not allowed to hang out with the opposite sex without me.
That is exactly what Twitch is doing. They're afraid that people are going to, because of the fact that if they allow multi-streaming, you find that it's better, easier, audience is different, whatever, to be somewhere else. And then you're like, why am I wasting my time here? Let me just go over here. And then they're going to leave. And I get it. But that is not the way you keep people. You don't, it's like he's saying in a relationship, you don't keep someone by becoming controlling. You just have to understand why they would want to stay to begin with and do those things. Oh, so bad.
Whatever. There are two ways to fix this relationship, Twitch. You can continue to try to control us and keep us from streaming other places, or you can make the experience on Twitch better so we don't want to leave.
Now, having said that, starting a stream on YouTube versus starting a stream on Twitch, completely different. It is a lot more difficult, or a lot more like jumps you got to go through in order to put the stream live on YouTube. It is a lot easier to start streaming on Twitch. It's just true. So yeah, there's that.
Experience on Twitch was good 4 years ago. Nobody was streaming anywhere else.
And one more thing, I need to add this. And you guys, we've talked about this before. The discoverability on YouTube is a lot more difficult than it is on Twitch, only because they have a better search for who's live on Twitch than they do on YouTube. It's really hard to find or to be seen because the searching is really convoluted on YouTube. And that is true. I mean, I'm not just making this up. I've experienced this myself.
And you did all this and we want to test the
great for
waters.
watching
Give us
videos,
a
though.
reason to be loyal again. And my advice to
Obviously.
streamers is terrible advice. Don't listen to it. I don't want to be liable for this, but I want to see if anyone actually gets banned for multi-streaming. So, hey, maybe multi-stream. But I didn't tell you to do that. Don't multi-stream. Don't multi-stream. If you're
I don't think anybody's going to get banned for multi-streaming.
looking for an easy way to multi-stream, by the way, our vertical plugin actually has kind of a secret Easter egg. If you look at the resolution, you can actually type in your
Correct. For live streaming, yes, but Twitch has no discoverability as a website overall. YouTube is hugely discoverability as website overall, not just live streaming. I agree with that. Like, I know my videos get seen more on Twitch than they'll ever get seen here on YouTube. It's completely, I'm sorry, reverse that. My videos get seen more on YouTube than my VODs ever get seen here on Twitch. It's true. Or even if I do an upload here.
own resolution. So you can type in 1920 by 1080, and now you got two streams next to each other. You can send one to Twitch and one to Kick or one to YouTube.
That's
or
a good
whatever
idea.
You want. You can literally multi-stream right inside of vanilla OBS. Link to that vertical plugin. It's totally free, by the way. Link to that down below. And a big one that matters to me as someone who likes building products like Streambeats and Vertical and Atom, my advice to Twitch number 5 has to do with the new features that they've been adding, which I think it's great that you're adding new features. You added a new vertical editor, vertical converter for your
You could actually stream on two different, like on YouTube. Yeah, vertical. That's true. You can use OBS to stream in two different places. One would be vertical and one would be regular, screen size. That is so true. I didn't even thought about that. But you can just resize it the way you want. I'm gonna have to try that. That'll be interesting.
your clips, which I think is great. You added alerts built right into Twitch, which I'm curious if anybody's using. The problem I have with these features is they're cut short right before doing something cool. Neither of these add value to the market that doesn't already exist.
It's true.
Like the vertical clip editor is cool, but the vertical plugin is free and it's higher quality and it's faster and it's easier. Like a
It's
better,
true.
easier solution already exists. And with Twitch alerts, I think it's great that you made Twitch alerts built right into Twitch, but for some reason we still have to grab a URL and put it into OBS as a browser source. If you were going to make Twitch alerts, make them native. Make them appear on stream without having to put them in OBS if we don't want to.
That's the thing. They need to build stuff that's easier than what we already have. Because right now my alerts, I work with them on Stream Elements. And so I create all my alerts and everything I want on Stream Elements, and then I send them through a URL. So I'm already doing that. So why would I stop doing that and go and do it on Twitch alerts? Unless it's something that's native, like he said, to the actual stream itself. So I don't have to do any extra steps. Yeah, they just have to make it easier. All right, I'm gonna look at this last one. Hold on a second. Dog's barking at somebody. Look at this last one. This is about banning Twitch staff. Interesting.
Bonus number 6. Twitch, please let us ban staff members. I had a staff member come into my stream the other day, and it wasn't a big deal. He wasn't calling me names or anything. Like, people have endured worse, but he was being pushy and aggressive and hijacking my stream and really abusing the power of the wrench that was next to his name.
That's
and at
messed
the end
up.
of the day, I couldn't ban him, and he laughed at me that I couldn't ban him. And so
That's
that meant that I
even
was
worse.
stuck. I either had to ignore my social anxiety and try to move on, which I did try to do, but it's very difficult when your anxiety.
Social anxiety. See, this is something that a lot of people don't realize. Even Harris Heller has this, but a lot of people that stream do have social anxiety. They may, I think Asmund Gold is probably a good case of this because of the fact that I always wondered, I always make fun and think like, he's totally playing a character. He is not like that. There's no way this guy's like this or lives like this. But the truth is, there's a lot of streamers that do have social anxiety. I have a good amount of social anxiety. Not as much as most. And I get it. So the fact that he's coming out and saying if somebody in his stream is causing him to have social anxiety where he has to leave, that's messed up, because the whole point of being on stream is to overcome and not deal with that anxiety that we dealt with. In fact, there's a lot of viewers that deal with social anxiety, and the reason why they watch Twitch is because of the fact that they can be a part of a community, be a part of an event that's going on without them having to battle through that social anxiety in real life, in person. which I think is a great reason why a lot of us stream or a lot of us watch streams.
Idea attaches to something that's happening, or I had to turn off the stream and exit the situation.
He did.
And not make any money from my job that day, which is a very frustrating situation to be in. I guess I just don't understand why that decision was ever made in the first place. Why would Twitch staff ever need to be unbannable? How could that ever go any way but poorly? So look, I'll remind you again, please leave comments down below. Any thoughts?
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. It's good enough. I think we got what we needed, and we're gonna talk about something else in a second. But let me address that last statement that he made, because of the fact that there are other. I'm gonna look at this from the other side for a second. So why to not be able to ban Twitch staff? Okay, I think you shouldn't be able to ban them because of the fact that they need to be there. Like if somebody is doing something completely wrong, and I don't see Twitch ever coming on to somebody's live stream, I think that's the point that we have to make, is they should never interrupt a live stream unless something is being portrayed on stream that is bannable. Then they can just shut down the person's stream. But there should be no reason why a staff member should ever come in as a staff member to somebody's stream. That's just messed up. But giving somebody the power of banning a staff member, I don't think is the answer, because it shouldn't even be I don't think it should even be a thing. I don't think Twitch staff members should ever even come. Like I said, come on somebody's stream. There's no reason for it. So the whole banning them is just like, that's like saying, I want there to be a rule that I never get pulled over by a cop. I mean, that's basically saying that. Like, I want to have a rule that makes it impossible for a cop to ever pull me over. I don't want to ever have to talk to a cop when I'm driving my car. I mean, that's kind of what it is. I know, but it is. So, but at the same time, I don't think there's a reason for a staff member to come in as a Twitch staff member onto somebody's stream. That's kind of what I see. If they want to come in as a regular user, they're allowed, and they can bring up their questions or whatever, not as a Twitch staff representative, but as a Twitch viewer, and therefore that user can be then banned. I think that's the way it should be. Yeah, I just don't think a Twitch staff member should ever be in somebody's stream. It's funny because what about like a game developer? If you're playing somebody's game and you're talking crap about their game because you're not happy with it, should a game developer or staff member of that game development be able to come onto your stream and give you a hard time and harass you? Nah, those are people you can actually ban. Be like, I don't like your game. I'm just telling you how it is. If you don't like my chat, here you go. Ban you. That's different. I think you should be able to ban them from chatting, but they can still observe and do what they need to do if things get out of hand. I mean, never mind, not going to go down that rabbit hole. They do that these days. Yeah. Listen, I don't mind them watch. Obviously, they can watch whatever they want. They can go in whatever they want, but I don't think they should, as a staff member, interrupt somebody's stream. I don't think that's cool. They can send them a message. They just shouldn't be able to chat. They shouldn't be chatting at somebody else. No, it just takes away. In fact, just the fact that they're staff members will draw attention to them. Be like, hey, Twitch guy, how come you don't do this anymore? Or how come you're telling us we can't do, then it starts a whole mess of other people trying to ask questions about other stuff that has nothing to do with the stream itself. I think that's where it stands. Anyhow. All right. Last thing I want to talk about. I could probably just go to my feature page for this, because then I gotta vamoose, man. I gotta leave in like 9 minutes. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can just do AI. I'm not doing any AI, so calm down. Oh my God, it's not even I don't even have AI as a freaking choice anymore. Let's see. Come on. Let me do this. All right. Let me see if maybe AI Etsy would be the way to do this. Okay. Let's just talk about it this way. I won't even bring up examples. I'm just going to kind of just make this big, and I'm just going to talk about this off the cuff. Good. No more AI, no more AI, no more AI. Stop it. So if you've been on YouTube and you've been in the interested in AI art and also in Etsy stores or any other storefront where you want to sell something and you're thinking, oh, I'm making all this cool art, I want to sell it, or I want to create new products or whatever, there are tons of videos available online on YouTube that tell you, or that clickbait you, and let's just call it clickbait because it is what it is. There are tons of these videos that are telling you how to do it, how easy it is to make money on as that. They're like, oh, look at this, you can make $15,000. Oh, I just earned the number one AI side hustle. She's made $3,761, $247 a day. Another one, I mean, there's been about $300 a day. 6 ways to make money with AI. I mean, I could just go on. And the thing is, there's all these revenues, $534. I mean, those are really low. And some of these are realistic. Others are not. And the thing that drives me nuts with all of these kind of things made $37,000 is the fact that they don't give you the whole story. I am tired of seeing these videos popping up on my because there's some that I watch because there's some reputable or reliable sources that give you that do give you ideas or good ideas for you to generate income or ideas that could lead somewhere. And I like those. But then there's these get rich guys, and I really want to click away from his video so I don't see him playing anymore. There we go. And then there's these other videos where they like give you this crazy number. If you do this too, you're going to make all this money. And it really is a crock of shit because of the fact that they're not talking about how much ad money they put in, you know, how this particular seller that's making all this money has been doing this for who knows how long and has struggled for so long and not made any sales and eventually made a sale and slowly has started making money for them. No, they're just looking end results and they're saying you too can do this. And the thing is, like, I think the biggest culprit with this is the ones that tell you that you can make an automated YouTube AI account that can, I think, which is the one? There's one that about selling scary stories. And if you make this one also, and you can use AI to generate these stories and put it up, you're going to be monetized and make money too. It's not the way it works because there's so many of these same freaking guys doing the same thing. So let me tell you who is making money with AI on YouTube. The people that are actually putting out these videos saying you can make $37,000. The reason why they're making money is because everybody's clicking on their videos to watch their videos about bogus stuff that really doesn't work. And so then we're going to get tons of people making these new YouTube channels that are all the same. And it really sucks. So I really hate this content. I hate this content of watch this if you want to make tons of money with Midjourney or with Leonardo or with Stable Diffusion or with any other AI thing. I think it's a crock of shit because really they're not selling. Listen, anybody can learn how to do this without watching a video. What they're selling is they're selling themselves telling you this how to make money stream. That's how they're making money. And sign up for my course for only $50 or $29.99 or whatever amount for very low money. Sign up for my course and I'll show you how to make this. And what it is, it's the same stuff that you can learn from watching somebody else's video for free. And then when you're in there, then it's, hey, if you want to learn even more, sign up for my multi-course for 30 days for this much more. And it's an upsell. And that's all. And those are the people that are making money here easily like this. I'm not saying that it's not possible to make money on Etsy or with AI or on YouTube with AI or anything like that. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm not going to say that you're going to be able to make fast money instantly, rolling in the thousands on the first try. It doesn't work that way. You can work that way if you invest money into it and traction happens, but not like this quick money. You can make $37,000 right now with Etsy and Midjourney. Free AI strategy. Bullshit. Nothing's free. So I just really detest these types of videos. And if you're out there and you're thinking, I know you're probably like, I hate AI, but okay. But if you are one of these people that does enjoy AI and is spending money on it, or like enjoy doing it, but know that it's costing you something and you're like to make some money on it, maybe there's stuff that you can do. Maybe it's digital stuff that you want to put out there. Maybe it's printable stuff that you want to put out there, whether it's print on demand t-shirts, whatever it is. Yeah, it can be done. And there are ways of doing it, and you can make something, but don't get caught up in all these schemes that they're telling you that if you do this, you're going to make tons of money right away, daily or monthly. It's you got to know the whole story, man. So that kind of stuff pisses me off. Anyways, I just wanted to share that out there. I am at the end of it. I do have to take off because I've got an appointment to watch a mock trial. Woohoo! And my daughter's actually presenting as a juror. Yeah. So I get to watch that happen, but it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to get there. So I need to leave now. So when will I be back? Oh, that's a good question. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday? Actually, I might be able to do a stream tomorrow because I won't be driving too many places. So hopefully I will be here tomorrow. This week has been really tough. Father's Day is coming up this weekend. Obviously, I will still be able to stream. Friday, I've got a couple of meetings, but I'm going to try to squeeze in streams between tomorrow and the next day. Preferably, I'd like to finish up some Diablo gaming. But at this point, I honestly don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just enjoy coming and hanging out with you guys. So thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope things are going well. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for coffee chat, because this is usually where we just watch videos or talk about Twitch drama or any other drama that's happening, and just really just talk about life in between. So maybe there was something in there that you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know. You can join my Discord. You can join my regular socials. Let me see if I can put them up here. There's my Discord. There's my socials. Drop me a line. Let me know. Watch my YouTube stuff too. Like those things. And I am doing an Etsy page. I am trying to sell stuff on Etsy. I just put on a couple of things on there. I'm putting up some 4th of July stuff later today. So check it out. I'm not expecting you guys to go and buy it, but if you can, make an Etsy account. It's real easy. You can use your Gmail account to do it. And then look for my stuff, Nordwulf Digital, and just like favorite my stuff. It doesn't mean you're buying it, but at least if you favored it, it just shows me that you appreciate the stuff I'm putting out there, and it helps me also. So that's it. So until next time, did I have my Redbubble up here? I don't want to use my Redbubble anymore. Oh, I got to change that. See, Redbubble is there. I don't use Redbubble anymore, but anyway, it's there. So until next time, have a great day. Make yourself happy. Make somebody else smile. Whatever you can do to just get through the day, do it. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else or yourself, it's all good. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.